angels, and welcome to my channel. In my last video I showed you two of the new cream to powder blushes from Chanel, and because I love them so much I decided to get two more colors. I got the shades Rouge France, the red one. Isn't it pretty? I think it's so beautiful. And the color Rose Ardent. That's the cool rose shade. In my last video I showed you the shade Rose Radiant, which is more of a warm rose shade. And because a couple of you asked for reviews of the bolder colors, I decided to make a video for these two blushes as well. So if you are interested, then please keep watching. Now let's start with the red shade. Let me give you a swatch. This is a red shade. And this is more of an orangey coral red, maybe. It's a warm red. So let me see how it looks on the cheeks. I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury brush, the blush brush again, because I love these brushes. And we are going to pick a little bit color. And I think these ones are much more pigmented. And so we are going to see. Yeah, these are much more pigmented, so you get much more color right away. All of them are beautifully pigmented, but this one works for deeper colors as well, or deeper skin tones as well, because they are much more pigmented. And this is a pretty red shade. This is so pretty, and it's not scary. It's not a scary color. I thought this was going to be very, very harsh on my skin, but it's actually very, very beautiful. I think a lot of skin tones can wear this color. It's a very summery red shade. So I don't think this a summer or a fall. I'm not sure if this red looks pretty in winter. It has a lot of orange coral in it. So this is how it looks. Now this is a red shade, and I think it's a beautiful one. Actually, I'm very surprised how pretty it is. I didn't thought I would like this shade as much as I do, so I like this one. Now let me remove this, and we are going to try on the Rose Ardent shade. Now I'm back, foundation freshly applied. I'm using as primer the Le Beige primer in Icy Beige, and as foundation the #1 foundation in BD31. So you know. And now we are applying the Rose Ardent shade, the cool pink, baby pink shade. Let me swatch the shade for you as well. So this is how it looks. And they swatch so beautifully. Aren't they pretty? I love them. I think they're so, so pretty. Now, as I said, the shade Rose Radiant, the color I showed you in my last video, is a rose shade as well, but it is much warmer than this one. And I think a little bit softer. This one is much more pigmented, but still beautiful. We are using the Charlotte Tilbury blush brush again, and let's see how this looks. This one is much cooler, as you see, than the Rose Radiant shade, but it is such a pretty color. All of these colors are so pretty. They're so soft and velvety. Let me build it up a little bit. So this is how it looks. Now I think I'm going to apply the Rose Radiant shade from my last video on this side of my face, so you can see them next to each other if you are not sure which color to get and you think maybe they are too similar for you. I think they are quite different, but maybe this is going to help you if you are not sure which one. Now these are the 3 swatches, and as you see, the Rose Radiant shade is much warmer than the Rose Ardent shade, and the Rose Ardent shade is more pigmented. But all of them apply softly on the cheeks, and you can build them up, so you don't need to be scared. Now let me apply the Rose Radiant color on the other side, so you have both shades next to each other. Let me build this up. This is how this one looks. and it is, you see it's much softer and much warmer in tone than the Rose Ardent shade. This is how they look. Now these are the two shades. This is Rose Ardent, this is Rose Radiant. And as you see, both are rose shades, both are pretty. The Rose Ardent shade is a little bit more pigmented and cooler in undertone than the Rose Radiant shade, but I think both are very, very pretty. So it depends on what do you prefer, a more warm or more cool tone color. Now I'm going to show you the swatch of the Beige Eclat blush as well, so you have all four shades next to each other. This one is Beige Eclat, Rose Radiant, Rose Ardent, and the red one, the Rouge France. And you see the swatches are so smooth, and they look as smooth on the cheeks. So very, very beautiful. I'm going to match both sides of my face, and I will be right back. Now I thought I'm going to use the Rose Ardent shade a little bit in the crease because I like my blush and eyeshadow matching, but I'm using just the tiniest bit because this Rose Ardent shade is much more pigmented than the other two I showed you the last time. So we are just using a tiny bit in the crease. In Sex and the City, Carrie always used to have these blushy shades in her crease, and I loved that. It always looked so pretty. So this is how it looks. Now I have the Rose Ardent shade on the eyelids as well, and I love this look. As I said, I love this blushy shades in the crease, and I'm so surprised. I didn't thought I'm going to love this Rose Ardent shade and the red one as much as I do, so I'm very happy I got them. Now I'm going to tell you what I have on my lips because I think the lipstick is matching the blush very well. On my lips I have the Lancome liner in number 50, and the lipstick, the YSL lipstick, the Love Shine one in the number 208. It's a very rosy red color. It's beautiful. I love this Love Shine lipsticks. Now I'm going to give you some swatches, and the only red blush I have is this one from Armani, the Luminous Silk Liquid blush. Now this is a swatch of the Armani blush, the red shade, and as you see, this is a true red. It's maybe a little bit of a pinky red, and the Chanel blush is more of an orange coral red. This Chanel red shade has a lot of orange in it actually, so I think for me this Armani blush is very pretty in summer and winter, and the Chanel blush, the red shade, is pretty in summer and fall, because anything orangey, in my opinion, looks pretty in summer and fall, and true reds look beautiful in summer and winter. But tell me, what do you think? So this is a red shade. I'm so sorry I don't have more red blushes, but I'm quite scared of red blushes, but I love them. I think they're beautiful. So now I'm going to show you the blushes I showed you in my last video, the rosy shades, so you can decide if it's similar or not. This one from the summer collection is more of a berry rose, and this cream to powder blush is more of a baby rose shade. It's not as cool as the shade from the summer collection. And now in the viewfinder they look quite similar, but they're actually not that similar. This one has a lot of berry in it. Now let me swatch the rose shade from the La Beige collection, this one. And this is a very bright rose shade. And this one has a little bit of shimmer in it as well. So this is completely different to the cream to powder blush in Rose Ardent. And it's much warmer. This rose shade from the Beige collection is much warmer than the cream to powder blush in Rose Ardent, but they both are pretty. Now the last blush I have for you is this one from the Rose Gold Trio, and this looks like a Barbie pink. It's funny because it doesn't look like a Barbie pink when you apply it on your cheeks, but here on my hand it looks like that. So yeah, but it's different to the cream to powder blush in Rose Ardent as well. So, and you see the texture is completely different as well. I love this texture from this cream to powder blushes. They are so pretty. Now, these are the swatches, and let's get into my final thoughts. Now, what are my final thoughts? As I said in my last video, I love these blushes. I think they are so, so beautiful, and I'm happy I got the 2 new shades. At first I was so scared when I saw them because they look quite bold and dark, but they are so soft and pretty on the cheeks. I love them and I'm happy I got them. But of course you don't need all of them. So just if you want to buy them, just choose maybe 1 or 2 you think would suit you the best and go for them. I'm just a blush addict, so I got all 4, but please just buy the ones you think you like the most. And I thought I'm going to tell you what I think would suit which skin tone the best. But you go you. So if you think you like a different color, then go for it. This is just I thought this might be helpful. So let me start with the lightest one, the beige eclat one. Oh, what I want to say about the beige eclat one. In some reviews, they said that this one has a shimmer in it, but I don't see any shimmer, and I'm quite picky when it comes to shimmer. But look, this is the swatch, and I don't see any shimmer, and I don't see any shimmer on the cheeks as well when I applied it. So I don't know. Maybe look at the blush when you are in the store and tell me what do you think, but I personally don't see any shimmer in it, and I love this blush. Now if you have very light skin, fair to light skin, or light to medium skin, you are going to love this blush because this is very natural. This is an everyday shade. You can wear a smoky eye with this one and you're still going to look very pretty, and it's not going to be too much. So this is an all-rounder, I think. If you have more of a medium tan or dark skin, this is not going to work for you because it's just too light. But on lighter complexion, this is beautiful. And I think if you have a cool light complexion, this is perfection. I think this is the best skin color for this blush. It's going to look beautiful on you. But if you have light to medium, fair skin, this is going to suit you. It doesn't matter if you have a neutral, cool or warm undertone. I just think if you have a cool undertone, this might be very, very pretty on you. Now the next shade, the Rose Radiant shade, is my favorite actually. I think this is so pretty. Now this one is the best shade I think for light to medium skin tones. Now this one is going to work for fair to and light skin as well, and it doesn't matter if you have a warm, cool or neutral undertone, but I think for cool and neutral undertones and olive undertones, this one is the best shade. I think the Rose Ardent shade is going to look the best on light to medium and medium skin tones, and if you have a cool undertone, this is so pretty. If you have very fair skin and a cool undertone, this is pretty as well, but you have to be very light-handed because this one is more pigmented than the other 2 I showed you. But because of the cool rose tone, it's going to look beautiful on cooler undertones. And as I said, if you have light to medium or medium skin, this is very pretty. And the last one, the red shade. I love this shade. I never thought I would love this shade as much as I do, but it is so beautiful and it gives you such a tan. It's so pretty. Now I think this one looks the best on olive skins and warm skin tones, and I think this one is beautiful on light to medium and tan skin tones. This is going to look very pretty. I'm not sure if it's going to show up beautifully on darker skin. I think if you build it up, it's going to show up on dark skin, but I'm not sure if the color is going to be right. So if you have light to medium and tan skin, especially tan skin, is going to look perfect with this one. And this one is so beautiful. It's such a pretty summer and fall shade. So if you thinking about getting a very bold color that's going to be a statement and making your skin very vibrant, then go for this one. But this one is the best one for medium and tan skins, I think. If you are lighter, then be light-handed. It's a pretty color, but a medium and tan skin, this is going to look beautiful on you. Now this is my opinion about all of the 4 shades. Please tell me in the comments, what do you think? Are you going to buy any of them? And if you like the video, then please give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye!